Those who stand on tiptoe are not steady. Those who stride out ahead will soon fall behind. Those who make a big show are far from enlightenment. Those who think they can never be wrong are not respected. Those who justify themselves have no merit. Those who boast will not last long. To followers of the Tao, such actions are excessive, like eating too much. They are disliked by all things, and therefore followers of the Tao do not seek refuge in them. Most religions and philosophies since ancient times have at least in some way cautioned against the vice of hubris, or self-aggrandizement. The Tao Te Ching is certainly no different, and chapter 24 gives some specific instructions to this end. We are advised not to try to stand higher than others, not to race to get ahead of others only to find that we cannot maintain the pace. We should not make extravagant displays of wisdom or talent. We should not seek to be praised by others. We should question our own conclusions and opinions as much as or more than we question those of others. In observing each of these behaviors that Lao Tzu advises against, one can notice a possible link between all of them. They all have to do with taking more care for how we appear outwardly than how we exist inwardly. I'm not saying that this is the only common link between these examples, or even the most important one, but perhaps it is worth noting. All throughout the Tao Te Ching, we are advised to take care of our inner world, to learn to adopt a feeling of quietness and openness. When we attain to this state, I think we will usually feel instinctively how undesirable each of these behaviors are, and we will tend to not fall into them as easily. However, we should also remember that these behaviors, while undesirable, catch each of us once in a while, and none of us are really perfect at avoiding them, just as probably none of us has ever lived without overeating. These things happen, and we have certainly done them ourselves, so there is not much point in judging others when we observe them falling into the same traps that we have fallen into. I'm sure that each of us has experienced the urge to overeat at some point or another. It's a very difficult urge to master because it plays on our very instincts for survival. Instincts to overeat actually served our ancestors during times when food was scarce, because nutrients obtained during times of plenty could be stored and utilized later during times of famine. However, for those watching this video who have steady access to a constant supply of food, probably most of us have never really experienced what it's like to not know if you'll be able to get another meal. For us, the times of real famines do not come, but our instincts to gorge remain. Therefore, in order to keep our bodies healthy, we must learn to master these instincts, which are well-intentioned from an evolutionary standpoint, but that no longer serve us. The urge to boast, show off, or otherwise aggrandize ourselves runs along the same lines. The need to feel safe within a social sphere where you are loved and appreciated is also a very valid need. But just as with overeating, when we try to artificially inflate ourselves to garner more praise and attention, we are allowing ourselves to be mastered by our impulses, rather than the other way around. The need for love and appreciation is not evil any more than the need to eat is evil. The question is how we go about meeting this need, and whether we allow the associated urges to control us. There are always healthy and unhealthy ways of trying to meet needs, and it's up to us to make conscious decisions about which methods we will pursue. But remember, at the end of the day, none of us is perfect in doing this, and we should try to give others the patience and understanding that we will certainly at some point require from them. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time for chapter 25. Peace and blessings.